I am an engineering student, and we are having our spring semester exams. So my friend Eric and I were studying in my hostel room. It was night, and we both were studying, so I went outside room just to see what others were doing, and Eric was in his room. I have a bad habit of scaring people. So, after some time I quietly went back to the room, and without making my friend aware I went and stood behind him without making any noise and waiting for him to see me. He was very much sacred after seeing me all of the sudden. He went mad and was literally in tears and said not to do this once again with him. He never used to sleep alone in his room at night, even when his roommate is not present. He wants one among us to sleep with him. On that day he told me the reason why he used to do that. He said something very bad happened with him when he was in school. So I became curious and asked him what was the incident, but he refused to say, and he did not want to remember those things. I too did not budge and anyhow convinced him to tell the story. So he started saying the story. Once when he was in 9th standard they used to have extra classes and the school was far from home, so he and his other 4 friends decided to rent a room which was near to their school for a few days. So their parents also agreed and they took a room in a building which is under construction. It was only house in that locality that too was under construction, and area around was kinda forest. So all 5 of them were studying. It was cold out there and evening and sun was already set. All were sitting with a lamp and studying. The door was open and suddenly they saw something white thing pass from the door. They were confused on what that thing was, but they ignored it and all slept. In midnight one among them started behaving very weird. He wanted to say something but no words were coming out from his mouth, it seems. And he was literally crying and was helpless. And all of them were very scared by seeing their friend's condition. But anyhow they made him to calm down and all slept. Next day when all asked him why he was behaving so weird, what he said was really very scary. I was shocked and was literally shivering when Eric told me this. He said when last evening when all were studying and all of the sudden all saw a white color thing passing. This boy actually saw a lady in white dress and holding a baby in her hands. And she was constantly staring at his eyes. He said last night he was crying and behaving weird because this same lady was sitting on his chest. He wanted to ask help but no words were coming out. After hearing this, all thought that something is not good with the place and decided to leave the place. When they were leaving, on the other side of the road in front of the house, there were a lot of people standing making a group. When these people went there to see, to their surprise there was a dead body of newborn baby wrapped in white cloth. After hearing this story I was scared to hell and I did not sleep that night.